welcome to today's broadcast of Lumberjack Baseball here on KOFE 1240, your home for Lumberjack Sports. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors and hope that you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now, without further delay, we're going to take you to the field where Tim Parrish is going to bring you the pregame show and the play-by-play. Enjoy the game and go Lumberjacks!
And welcome back, Lumberjack fans. Tim Parrish here as I'm behind getting everything in, but we are ready to get this second game going. And I'm trying to get lineups done, and they're already getting the first pitches. It's Trace Wicks leading off for the Lumberjacks. It's Loudon Cochran pitching. First pitch is going to be ball one. So I'm going to have to take a little bit of time to get some things in order here. Next pitch is a ground ball out to the shortstop. Throw to first is in time. So the catcher is Kevin Turner. First baseman for the Maniacs is Barlow. Shortstop, I'm going to get that one in there real quick so I can get this play in. That's Silas Naranjo. Let's save that for right now. Tyler Wicks grounded out, or Trace Wicks. First pitch to Tyler Olson is a ball one. Next pitch to Olson is a strike. Next pitch is ball two. So it's a 2 balls, 1 strike count to Tyler Olson with 1 out. That one is going to be fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's a ground ball hit to the second baseman. Throw to first in time. So a ground out for Tyler Olson. And 2 outs for the Lumberjacks here in the top of the first inning. That'll bring up, well, let me see who that is for Lumberjacks. Wyatt Holmes, and the first pitch is ball one. And Wyatt Holmes is going to foul that one off. Again, give me a moment. I'm trying to get things in order here on my lineups. That pitch is a strike. That one is going to be hit. Foul territory, but caught. So we had 1 ball, 2 strikes, and a fly out to the first baseman. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for the Lumberjacks. We'll be back.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjacks supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life. Plus, they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown team. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's. When was the last time you had great Mexican food? I mean, really great. Has it been a while? Well, grab the kids and head to Casa de Oro for dinner tonight. Casa de Oro has fantastic burritos, tacos, and chimneys, not to mention fajita and shrimp dishes. Little Johnny doesn't like Mexican food? Well, don't worry. Casa de Oro also has an American menu as well. Dinner and lunch a la fresca. Great service and margaritas with a kick. Casa de Oro, it's what's happening for dinner tonight. Casa de Oro on Golf Course Drive in St. Mary.
And we are back, and I've got things ordered up now on the lineup card. So, well, I should, and I don't have St. Mary's outfield entered in here yet, so I need to get that lineup fixed real quick. Let me get over there and look at that. So we've got, well, they're still doing their warm-ups, but they're about ready to go. So hopefully I can get this going real quick. So Trace Wicks is pitching. Tyler Olson is not at third base. He is at second base. White Holmes is at shortstop. Dylan Larson is at third. Sean Elliott is at first. Milo Marsh is center field. Dylan Holder catcher. Gavin Milliken right. And I believe left field is going to go to Sean Hunter at that spot. So we have got everything going right now, I believe. First pitch is a hit out to the shortstop. That's Holmes. The throw is going to be, it's going to pull Elliott off the bag, so a throwing error there on Holmes on the ground ball out to short. So that'll bring up Bodie Howell. First pitch is up high for ball one. I'm going to give you a rundown here in a minute again of the orders and the lineups. Right now we're on the second batter of the Maniacs. That's Bodie Howell. On base is Silas Naranjo, who batted first. He is going to take off for the steal. And they're going to say he's there safe. And the pitch was at ball two. So 2 balls, no strikes. Howell. And that's a line drive that's going to drop for a base hit into the gap between center and right. Milo Marsh tracks it down, but a run going to score on the RBI single. That will bring up Dash Barlow. Throw over to first, not in time on the pickoff attempt. That pitch is going to be hit down the first base line. Sean Elliott tries to stretch out for it, can't get there. So it's going to be a base hit for Barlow. Runner thought about coming around, decided not to as they got the ball into time. So it's runners on first and third after the single. That ground ball right down, hard hit down the first base line. Sean Elliott tried to get it knocked down, couldn't quite get it, and it was left up to Gavin Milliken over in right field. The runners at the corners. Stephen Bradbury to the plate for the Maniacs. That one's going to be ball one. Dash Barlow still second. Some nice backup there by the Lumberjacks as that one took a hop. Runners now at first or second and third with no outs and one run across here at the bottom of the first for the Maniacs. That pitch going to be a called strike. See if I've got Trace Wicks' pitching numbers on here. Wicks has a 1.5 ERA, 4 hits, 8 runs, 1 earned run, 9 walks, 5 strikeouts. 1 hit by pitch. That one's going to be a foul ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now to Bradbury. And Wicks has faced 35 batters, pitched 4.2 innings. Steve Bradbury, I'm not sure. I think, he batted earlier. 312 is his batting average on the season. That pitch is going to be down low for ball 2. Nice stop by Holder. Let me give you the outfield. I haven't given you that for St. Mary's. Wicks is on the mound, of course. Behind home plate is Holder. Sean Elliott at first. Second base is Tyler Olson. Third base, Dylan Larson. That's a ground ball. That's going to be an out, but a run comes across. So ground out, I think it was over to Tyler Olson. Gets the throw down to first. A run does come across, and the bat runner on third gets over to third up from second. That'll bring up Nick Drobish for the Maniacs. And I think we've got a wild pitch or a passed ball that brings in another run for the Maniacs. They've played at 3 here in the bottom of the first. There's 1 out, nobody on now. So getting back to that lineup, Holmes at shortstop, Sean Hunter in left, Milo Marsh in center, and Gavin Milliken in right field for St. Mary's. Number 5 batter for the Maniacs, it's Drobish. 1 ball, no strikes to Drobish. That pitch is inside. 2 balls, no strikes. On deck will be Kevin Turner for the Maniacs. His first time in a game today. That ball is hit high up in the air into foul territory. Sean Elliott is going to play it out in the foul area, and he's going to make the catch for the second out. 2 down for the Maniacs. Brings up Kevin Turner, and it's his first time seeing him today. Let's take a look at his stats. Kevin Turner, a 182 batting average, 1 run, 2 hits, 4 RBIs, 1 double, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a hit by pitch. Wick's first pitch to him is going to be a high fly ball, and that one gets foul for strike 1. So 0-1 count to Turner. 2 outs. On deck is Tristan Earps. It'll be the first time seeing him here today. We'll see if we get a chance to see him before the 3rd out, though, as Kevin Turner is up with 2 outs. Next pitch from Wicks. That one comes across low. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Sun is out still at the moment. Clouds all around, though. Fairly nice afternoon here in Orofino. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be down low. 2 balls and a strike. Wicks gets it a signal. The stretch, the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Kevin Turner. 2 outs, 3 runs across, though, here in the bottom of the first inning for the Maniacs. St. Mary's has committed 1 error here in the bottom of the first. That one comes across low. That runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Looking to get that final out here, see if Wicks can work it. Junior pitcher stretch pitch, fouled backwards. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. The stretch, the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. That will retire the sides, but the Maniacs do get 3 runs across on 2 hits, 1 error, and nobody left on base. Going into the top of the second, it is the Maniacs 3, St. Mary's 0, and it'll be Dylan Larson leading off when we return.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care, so you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
It's time to reimagine the off-road experience because Yamaha has reimagined the side-by-side. Available in either 2 or 4-seat models, the Wolverine RMAX 1000 lineup features a 999cc parallel twin-engine, aggressive tires, and an automotive-style cabin. Select models include adjustable suspension, optimized power delivery, and an integrated Yamaha Adventure Pro navigation system, and much more. Find your Wolverine RMAX 1000 at St. Mary's Son Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com. It's time to get out there and realize your adventure with a Yamaha.
And we are back here in Orofino. Lumberjacks trail right now, 3-0 going into the top of the second inning. Game number 2 of the Central Idaho League doubleheader. Lumberjacks dropped the first game 6-3. A hard-fought battle between both teams, really. We got Dylan Larson up, Sean Elliott on deck. First pitch to Larson is going to miss high for ball 1. Loudon Cochran pitching for the Maniacs. Let's see if I got his stats. I do not. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be up high. 2 balls, no strikes now to Larson. I don't know if I've gone through the lineup for the Maniacs. It's Cochran on the mound. It's Kevin Turner behind home plate. First base is Dash Barlow. That one's going to be fouled back for strike 1. Second base, Bodie Howell. Third base, Stephen Bradbury. Silas Naranjo at shortstop. Slade Snedden in left. Nick Drobish in center. And Tristan Erbst in right. 2 balls and a strike. Next pitch on the way. Ground ball foul down the third base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Larson. Loudon Cochran lost his hat on that pitch. Wind kicking up here in Orofino. It picks up here and there, and little gusts, but not too bad overall. Next pitch, way up high. Ball 3 runs the count full. I've got my little pop-up tent that I've got. It's not the regular canopy. It's more of a sunshade, and it has a wall I can put on one side. I picked the right side to put it on. It's blocking that wind coming in on me. Full count pitch on the way from Cochran down low, and that's going to be a walk earned for Dylan Larson. No outs, runner on first for St. Mary's. Sean Elliott steps to the plate. He's batting in that number 5 slot. It'll be Milo Marsh on deck for the Jacks. In the hole, Dylan Holder. Sean Elliott looks like he's going to switch hit a little bit here and go lefty. Cochran lines up the pitch on the way. That one's outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Elliott. Cochran gets his signals from Turner, says yes, checks first base. Pitch on the way, a swing and a miss, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Elliott. Stretch the pitch. Runner's going. Larson's going to see if he can get there, and he does. That pitch was up high for ball 1. Ball 2. Get the stolen base for Dylan Larson. 2 balls and a strike to Elliott. Nobody out. Runner on second for the Lumberjacks. Next pitch. Outside, I do believe, for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike now to Elliott. Cochran's pitch on the way. A big swing at that one for strike 2. Runs the count full. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Sean Elliott. Cochran takes a look second. Full count pitch on the way. And Elliott almost swung at that one, but it was high and outside for ball 4. And the first 2 batters walked on for the Lumberjacks. Milo Marsh steps to the plate with runners at first and second, no out. Stepping into the batting circle is getting warmed up is Dylan Holder, the catcher. Cochran gets his signals from Turner, says yes, checks over to second. The pitch on the way. Down in the dirt, ball 1. Nice block by Turner from behind home plate. Looked like Marsh was going to maybe show bunt for a moment. Let's see if they keep that thought on. Cochran gets his signal, checks over to second base. Lumberjacks take their leads. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Marsh. A little bit of a overthrow there. The ball got out to the second baseman, and the catcher throwing it back to the pitcher. They get it all set up, and the next pitch on the way. That one is going to be fouled off. I think it actually hit the mask of the umpire. Umpire going to take a moment, walks the ball out a little bit to the pitcher. We've got 1 ball, 2 strikes to Marsh. Now he has to protect. No outs, runners at second and first and second. Runners take their leads. Cochran fixing his pant leg there, it looked like. Now he steps to the rubber. Checks over to second base. Lumberjacks have their leads. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike number 3 and out number 1. 1 down. Runners at first and second. Dylan Holder to the plate for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks trail 3-0 in the top of the second. Gavin Milliken on deck for St. Mary's. Cochran checks his bases. Pitch on the way, up high. 1 ball, no strike. The Holder. Cochran taking his time a little bit up there on the mound. Gets some signals, checks out at the bags. Now the pitch on the way. Nice looking pitch called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. I think Dylan might have thought it was going to drop lower than it did. Nice pitch from Cochran. Cochran with 13 balls, 15 strikes, 28 total pitches so far. Checks the bases once again. The pitch on the way. And a swing and a miss. Strike 2. That was a nice looking pitch as well. Looked like a fastball. Holder couldn't catch up to it. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. 1 out, runners first and second for the Lumberjacks. They've got an opportunity to try to cut that Maniac lead, see if they can take advantage of it. That one left a little high in the zone. Ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lumberjacks trail 3-0. Holder represents the tying run if he can get on base with runners at first and second. Next pitch on the way. That one is popped up, and it's going to get foul. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes to Dylan Holder. Once again, I'll try to see if I can get some updates on the girls' second game. But I think Becky Holder came over to watch this game, so I don't have a connection over there right now because it doesn't look like the other 2 people I was trying to get a hold of earlier are on their phones. That one's going to be fouled back. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes to Holder as he's battling here with Cochran. Cochran up to 32 total pitches, which isn't actually too bad considering Trace had 20 pitches in his first appearance on the mound today. Next pitch on the way. I thought that was going to be a strike, and it was. Called strike 3. And Lumberjacks do get a couple of stolen bases there, though. So the runners are in scoring position for St. Mary's now, but they do have 2 outs. It'll be Gavin Milliken, his first plate appearance today. On deck, Sean Hunter. Gavin Milliken batting 100 on the season. He's got 10 at-bats, 1 run, 1 hit, no RBIs, no extra base hits, no home runs, and he's got no walks and 5 strikeouts. I think Gavin took a swing at that.
Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to saving.
Is your rig's check engine light on? Idling a little rough? Time for an oil change. Maybe you need tires. Stop by Jim's Auto Repair and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto Repair can take care of your automotive needs fast. If you have a dead battery, Jim's Auto Repair and Tire Pros can set you up with a great AC Delco battery. Did we mention tires? Jim's Auto Repair is an authorized Tire Pros dealer and can get you a great deal on tires for your rig. Locations in St. Mary's and Plummer. Jim's Auto and 95 Tires. Give them a call, 208-686-0425, 208-686-0425, or stop by today.
And we are back. We got disconnected for just a minute. Got it all corrected, though. Back on the air. Leading off will be Tristan Erbst for the Maniacs. St. Mary's trails 3-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Taking a look at the stats for Erbst, he actually shows no stats as far as batting's considered, so this might be his first at-bats of the season. He's the right fielder for the Maniacs. On deck will be Slade Sneddon. First pitch is low for ball number 1. Hicks gets his signal. Pitch on the way. Ball inside, I think. 2 balls, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes here, top of the bottom of the second inning to Erbst. Next pitch. That one's going to be swung on. Fouled out of play, strike number 1. 2 balls and a strike to Tristan Erbst. stretch, the pitch, the swing, and that one's fouled off for strike 2, and Earps had that bat come flying out of his hand, unless he did that because he thought he didn't know if it might have been because he wasn't sure exactly that it was a foul ball, so he let go. But in any case, it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wick says no to the first pitch. Now he says yes to Holder. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. I'm just going to credit. Drop third strike right there. So that'll be 1 out. That'll bring up Slade Snedden, left fielder. His first at-bat in the second game. 1 out, nobody on for the Maniacs. First pitch on the way. That one's going to be down in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Just got an update on the girls' game. Lumberjack girls are leading 5-1 in the bottom of the third inning. That one comes across low, ball 2. The Lumberjack girls won the first game 5-1. They're currently leading 5-1 in the bottom of the third. Good start for them in league play. Wicks set the 2-2-0 pitch, swung on and fouled back, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike now to Snedden. And a couple of extra baseballs out there to the umpire. Wicks gets a signal. Pitch on the way. That's a nice-looking pitch. That's a called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Count all even. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be up high. Maybe hoping he'll chase it. Maybe lost control a little bit of it. In any case, it's ball 3. That'll be a full count now for Snedden. On deck is Cochran at the bottom of the order. Next pitch on the way, and he's going to take a swing at one that looked like it might have come across low if he would have held up, but it's going to be a strikeout regardless, and a strikeout swinging, so 2 down. That'll bring up Loudon Cochran at the bottom of the order. On deck, if Cochran does get on base, will be Naranjo, the shortstop. First pitch to Cochran on the way. And that's a ground ball. It's going to get through to Wyatt Holmes, the shortstop. He's got some wheels, and can he out? Does he outrun? Yes, he just barely beats the throw. That was a good play, hard. That ball just wasn't hit sharp enough to get to the shortstop quite fast enough. And that was a bang-bang play at first, as that probably could have gotten called either way, but they're going to call him safe and say he just got there. So 2 outs, runner on for the Maniacs, and Silas Naranjo, who started off things, or is the top of the order, reached on an error his first at bat. Wicks is going to step off and chase Cochran back to the bag. First pitch, runner's taken off, throw down to second is not going to be in time. Cochran with the stolen base for Orfino, gets over to second. 2 outs. That one was ball 1 to Naranjo. Next pitch. And leave that one high, ball 2. Checks the bags. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a foul ball. Strike 1. 2 balls, no strikes to Naranjo. Bodie Howe will be on deck if Naranjo can get on. There's 2 outs and a runner on second for Orfino. Bottom of the second inning, the Maniacs lead 3-0. Has a nice-looking pitch. I think just left a little bit too low. 3 balls and a strike. Wicks takes second base. Pitch on the way. That is a hard-hit ball out into right field. And it's going to drive in a run as Naranjo gets on with the RBI. Nice hard grounder. and brings one run across here with 2 outs. Bodie Howell hit a single over to right field in his first at bat. Wick steps off, chases Naranjo back to the bag. Naranjo likes to steal. He's a fast little guy out there. Wicks, the pitch on the way, and it's hit right down to the third base line, right under the third baseman's glove, and that's going to be a base hit for Bodie Howell. Just got under the glove of Larson, and he's kind of upset at himself out there. Shaking his head, but hey, things happen. Little 2-out rally happening right now for the Maniacs. Dash Barlow with the fly ball out to the center field, and I think it's going to be an error. I think he dropped it as it was in his glove, and it's going to score, it looks like, 2 more runs, and they're going to see if they can't get the out, but I don't think they got it at first. Or they are going to give it to him, I think. I'm going to get a big scene. Well, actually, no. Cancel that. Hang on, I'm trying to get this right. So in play, I think it was an error out there on the center fielder. 2 runs do come in. He ends up out as he gets forced out. And that's the 3rd out. So the Maniacs come up with 3. Did they get 3 runs there? They did 3 runs in the bottom of the 2nd inning on 3 hits. There was 1 error, and there was nobody left on base. It is the Maniacs up 6-0 over the Lumberjacks here in the top of the 3rd. Leading off for St. Mary's, bottom of the order, Sean Hunter, when we return.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goals. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses. And most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in the responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
And we are back. Sean Hunter leading off and gets a first pitch called strike from Cochran. On deck for the Lumberjacks, top of the order, Trace Wicks. Next pitch, swing and a miss on what looked like a fastball, strike 2. So 0-2 count to Hunter. Fastball, it looks like it was left up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch from Cochran on the way. Down low, ball 2. Hunter had to check up on that one as he almost thought about swinging at it, but checked up at just the right moment. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch on the way. That's up high. Runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 41 pitches for Cochran now. Next pitch on the way. In the dirt, ball 4, and Hunter earns himself a walk down to first. That'll bring up Trace Wicks with no out. Top of the order for the Lumberjacks. Wicks grounded out in his first at bat. On deck is Tyler Olson. Cochran takes a look over to first as Hunter takes a lead, and he's still kind of checking over his shoulder. The pitch on the way. That one's going to be outside, ball 1. Cochran taking a little bit of time. Now steps back up to the rubber. Looks over to first. And I think they did. They got him. Hunter got a little bit too lax out there, got just far enough off the bag, and they get the pick off. Nice play by the Maniacs. Cochran able to catch Hunter a little bit out of sorts there as he kind of, I think, took his eye kind of off the pitcher for a second, and then Cochran caught it and was able to get it over to first base in time. So 1 out, 2 balls, no strikes to Wicks. Nobody on now. Wicks takes a swing at that next one. Strike 1. 2 balls and a strike to Wicks. 1 out and nobody on. We are top of the third inning. St. Mary's trail 6-0 here in game number 2. Next pitch from Cochran. Strike. I think that was a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Cochran gets the signal. Now the stretch, the pitch. Outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. That's what happened to Hunter, and he was able to get himself on with that walk. Let's see if Wicks can do the same. On deck, Olson. In the hole is Holmes. Stretch the pitch. That's a ground ball blooper to the shortstop. He's going to scoop it, and it's not going to be in time. So the base hit for Trace Wicks. We have Tyler Olson, 1 out, runner on first. Wyatt Holmes on deck for St. Mary's. Cochran takes a look over to first base as Wicks takes a lead. Pitch on the way, called strike 1. Lumberjacks need to get a little rally going here, get a couple runs across, cut into that lead if they can. Next pitch on the way. That pitch was up high. The ball. Throw down to second is not going to be in time. Stolen base for Trace Wicks over to second. 1 ball, 1 strike to Olson. Wicks over at second base now. Cochran checks second. Gets his signals from Turner. Pitch on the way. That was a nice-looking pitch right across the plate. It looked like strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. Cochran looking to second base. Now sets on the mound. Pitch on the way. Oh, Olson thought it was inside, and they're calling to ring him up on a called strike 3. 2 down. Runner at second in scoring position for St. Mary's. Wyatt Holmes to the plate. He flew out his first at bat. That was over in foul territory. On deck, Dylan Larson. Cochran waiting for the call he wants from his catcher. Gets it. Takes a look over to Wicks at second. Pitch on the way. Holmes hits that high in the air. Should be a routine play, but we've seen some dropped, but it is going to be caught by Bodie Howell for the third out. That will retire the sides. There was no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, no errors, and 1 left on base for St. Mary's. Going into the bottom of the third, St. Mary's trails 6-0 to the Maniacs, and it'll be Stephen Bradbury leading off when we return.
At Good Neighbor Pharmacy, we're committed to being your good neighbor.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy is an independent network of over 3,000 pharmacies throughout the United States, giving us the buying power to compete with the chain stores.
We'll fill your prescription quickly and safely, and you're supporting a locally owned pharmacy.
Your copays are the same wherever you go. Why not come and visit your locally owned pharmacy professionals?
Jack's Pharmacy is your Good Neighbor Pharmacy here in St. Mary's. Come in and say hi. Jack's Pharmacy.
And Well, we are back, and another quick mention of an event coming up. Betsy Whitehead Cartwright Brain Cancer Fundraiser. That's going to be held at the Eagles Lodge in St. Mary's on April the 22nd from 5 to 7 p.m. It'll be a spaghetti dinner for $10. 7 p.m. will be a live auction. If you'd like to donate, contact Sarah St. John at 582-2156 or Susie Epler at 208-582-0984. All money raised will go towards medical expenses. Now, Colby Renner is going to replace Sean Hunter in left field. That's the only change we have out there. Kind of hard to tell. Actually, it doesn't look like Marsh in center anymore. We'll have to wait and try to catch a number. It's hard to tell. Almost looks like it's Riley Abel back out in center. I'm going to go ahead and change it. Say it is. No, I'll wait. I'll wait until I can catch a jersey number on the center fielder for St. Mary's. First pitch to Stephen Bradbury is going to be fouled off. Strike one. He grounded out his first at bat. He is the number 4 batter in the lineup for the Maniacs. 0-1 pitch on the way. And a swing and a miss. Strike two. That pitch looked like it might have been a ball if you let it go by. It looked high, but he couldn't lay off of it, so it's quickly 0-2 count to Bradbury. Swing, or the pitch on the way. That one's going to be down low in the dirt for ball one. Stretch the pitch. Again, down low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Count gets evened up to Bradbury. Stretch the pitch. Again, down in the dirt. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Wicks don't want to let him off the hook now. He's had him right where he wanted him. Now it's basically even. Pitch on the way. Oh, that one must have been inside. And it's going to be ball 4. Does it look like a good pitch as far as the up and down is considered? But must have been either, well, I think it was inside. So runner on first with no outs. Nick Drobish flew out his first at bat. Going to take first pitch for a strike one called. Wicks gets his signals from Holder, takes a look over to first base, set. The stretch, the pitch. That's going to be popped up and out of play. Foul ball, strike 2. Both pitchers have kind of been doing this so far in this game, is they'll get ahead in the count by 2 strikes, and then they kind of either end up walking them, or it's kind of been the same for both sides at the moment. So let's see if Wicks can't get the strikeout. And there it is. Nice pitch. Catches him looking. Strike 3, and that is 1 out with a runner on first for the Maniacs. That'll bring up Kevin Turner. Struck out swinging his first at bat. He's batting in the number 6 slot. On deck, Tristan Erbst for the Maniacs. Took a swing. First pitch, strike 1. I think he got a piece of it. Might have been a foul ball. Still a strike no matter what. Waiting for everybody to get set and ready to go. Turner gets some signals from his coach. Now he steps back into the box, ready to resume his at-bat. Wicks checks first pitch on the way, and again, that one looked good. Might have been a little bit low. Might have been a little bit outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So I'm not right behind home plate today, so can't quite see him totally. Oh, that pitch is going to be outside and low. It's ball 2. And the steal was on, and that's going to be a good steal as that ball got past. I guess maybe that wouldn't. Stolen base. as Bradbury gets down to second. 2 balls and a strike to Turner. That pitch a little bit low. 3 balls, 1 strike. 52 pitches for Wicks now. 53 pitches for Cochran for the Maniacs. Next pitch is going to be a line drive right to Larson, and they're going to get the double play as Larson gets the out on the line drive. That's the second line drive Larson has caught. And then the second base runner, Bradbury, was, I think, tagged out or forced out. I'm going to call it tagged out. And that's going to retire the sides on a pretty nice play there. And I'm taking a look here. I think it's actually Trey Gibson out in center field for the Lumberjacks. And that was no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll be back, and should be Dylan Larson leading off.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Idaho for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back. Leading off for Lumberjacks, it will be Dylan Larson. On deck, Sean Elliott. Larson walked his first at bat. St. Mary's trails 6-0, top of the 4th inning. Lumberjacks looking to get something rolling here. Continuing on the mound, Loudon Cochran for Orofino. Both pitchers at 53 pitches. Cochran has 31 strikes, 22 balls, and not too far off, Trace Wicks, 29 strikes, 24 balls. Stretch, pitch on the way, and a swing. It's a ground ball. It's not really hard hit, and it's going to end up being safe. And I'm going to call it a base hit. Some might put that as an error because the throw pulled the first baseman off the bag, but it was going to be close in any case. So I'm going to give Larson the benefit of the doubt with the base hit. Sean Elliott up on deck, Trey Gibson. First pitch to Elliott, called strike 1. No outs and a runner on first for the Lumberjacks. Cochran takes a look over to first base. Next pitch. Swung on, and that is going to be fouled off. So Elliott down 0-2 in the count. And again, it's funny because we'll see what happens, but it's just about every batter for both pitchers has been starting out this way. They quickly go down 0-2, and then they battle back. So let's see what happens. 0-2 is the count to Elliott at the moment. The stretch, the pitch, swing. It's going to be a ground ball. And Elliott's going to beat it out just barely. A little bit of a hesitation there as they thought about going to second, decided to come back and try to go to first, and Elliott just beats the throw out as they tried to flip it over. The Lumberjacks have runners on first and second with no outs. Trey Gibson to the plate, his first time at bat here in this game. I think it's his first. They said he's been floating for varsity. I think it might be his first, according to the stats on Max Preps anyways. It might be his first varsity action, and that's going to be a swing and miss, strike 1 for Gibson. Lumberjacks have a little something going. No outs. Runners on first and second. Of course, they had runners on first and second in the last inning, and they ended up not being able to make anything happen, but we'll see. That pitch way up high, 1 ball, 1 strike to Gibson. On deck is Dylan Holder. Cochran takes a look over to second base, checks the bag, sets up on the rubber. The stretch, the pitch, again, way up high. 2 balls and a strike now to Gibson. Takes a look, check the bags. Next pitch, swing and a miss on that one. That one looked like a nice pitch to swing at. Strike 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Gibson. Cochran says yes to his catcher, checks second base. Stretch the pitch, swing and a foul ball. Gibson's working to stay alive at his plate appearance here. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs. Runners on first and second for St. Mary's. Top of the 4th. Lumberjacks trail 6-0. And Cochran's going to step off. Gets the runners to retreat back to their bags for a moment. Quickly back. They have their leads, though. Now, sets up, does Cochran. Checks second. The pitch on the way. A swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Gibson will go down swinging. Out number 1. That'll bring up Dylan Holder. He struck out looking his first at bat, hoping for something better here. Milliken on deck for St. Mary's. First pitch, ground ball. It's going to be a hopper. And can they get the double? They do. Nice double play. Let's see if I can find that on here. So St. Mary's comes up with no runs. I think they had a couple of hits, but no errors and 1 left on base. Score still 6-0 in favor of the Maniacs. We'll be back.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades, and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years' experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benoit, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work, M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
And we are back. It'll be Tristan Erbst leading off for the Maniacs. Was out on a dropped 3rd strike in his first at bat. He bats in the number 7 slot, so they're in the bottom of the order. Slade Snedden on deck, Loudon Cochran in the hole, and Trace Wicks continues on the mound. The Lumberjacks got 3 hits. They just haven't been able to get anything in across the plate. They trail 6-0 here. Bottom of the 4th inning. Maniacs have 6 runs on 5 hits. They have no errors in this one so far, and they have left nobody on base. St. Mary's has left 4 stranded. 53 pitches for Wicks so far, 24 balls, 29 strikes. First pitch is going to miss inside. Ball 1. Now, it was Trey Gibson, actually, that was out in center field. Next pitch is up high, I believe it was. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. To Erbst. Stretch the pitch. Swing and a miss on that one. Strike one. 2 balls and a strike now to Herbst. The stretch, the pitch on the way, a swing, and it's a ground ball to the shortstop. Wyatt Holmes gets the scoop. The throw is in time for out number 1. Brings up Slade Snedden, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat in this game. On deck will be the bottom of the order, Loudon Cochran. Waiting for the first pitch to Snedden. Wicks set, the stretch, the pitch on the way. Inside and a little bit low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 4th, next pitch on the way, a swing, and that's going to be hit right to Wyatt Holmes, who gets the out for the line drive. Right into the glove. Holmes didn't even have to take a step left, right, forward, anywhere. It just came right to him. So 2 outs. That'll bring up Loudon Cochran, nobody on, with a single and his first at bat. Maniacs did have a little bit something going. They got 3 runs with 2 outs in their last at bat. That one is going to be popped up and foul, I believe. Strike 1. 0-1 in the count to Cochran. It'll be the top of the order, Naranjo, if Cochran gets on base. Next pitch. That is a fly ball out into center field. Trey Gibson's going to charge up on it and make the catch. Wyatt Holmes taking a dive out there to try to back him up, and Gibson does end up making the catch. So that retires the sides. 3 up, 3 down. Good inning for the Lumberjacks. Defensively on that one, there was no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. It is into the top of the 5th. Lumberjacks still trail 6-0. Need to get something going on the batting side. Gavin Milliken leading off when we come back.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
Are your friends and family tired of sleeping with Fido when they visit? Maybe Fido's tired of sleeping with them. Either way, the Pines Motel is there to save the day. With large, spacious rooms, comfortable beds, and even a mini fridge, Fido may get jealous. Save the floor for Fido and call Kevin of the Pines Motel at 245-2545. That's the Pines Motel in St. Mary's. I'm sure your friends and family would appreciate it, and so would Fido.
And we are back. It'll be Gavin Milliken leading off for the Lumberjacks. Trying to see if I can't find our schedule for next week's action. There we go. I'll get that to you as soon as I can. We've got Gavin Milliken leading off. Struck out swinging his first at bat. On deck for Lumberjacks, Colby Renner. That first pitch is outside, ball 1. Cochran set, the stretch, the pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Like a fastball right down the middle. Milliken just mistimed a little bit, maybe right above the top of it. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be low and outside. 2 balls and a strike now to Milliken. The last inning was pretty good for Wicks. He didn't pitch too many times now, about 5 pitches. Next pitch, a swing and a miss. Strike 2 evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Milliken has to battle now. 2-2 pitch on the way, and he's going to foul that one off. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 count. Cochran looks in, gets the signals from Turner. The stretch, the pitch on the way. That one's way up high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And again, kind of what we've seen fairly consistently in this game is both pitchers will get, for St. Mary's and for the Maniacs, will get ahead in the count, and then it turns into a pretty good battle. So we've got a full count now to Milliken. Next pitch on the way, and that's going to be ball 4. Leadoff man on base. It'll bring up the senior Colby Renner. It's his first time playing baseball in quite a while. I don't even know if he's played high school ball, but he decided to get on the team this year. And he kind of is the epitome of a lumberjack with his big old bushy beard out there. Probably one of the biggest guys on the team. They said that he hit a home run in practice the other day. I think it's his first at-bats in this season as well. Oh, he does have one at-bat already. Takes a big swing at the first pitch for strike number 1. So he has 1 plate appearance, 1 at bat. It doesn't say. I didn't see if he struck out or if he walked or what happened to him, but he has batted once and might have not been on finishes at bat. Oh, that's a strike on the outside corner. 0-2 count to Hunter, or to not to Hunter. That's not Hunter. That is Renner. Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Renner will go down swinging, 3 pitches, 3 strikes. I'll bring up Trace Wicks, top of the order with 1 out. Runner on first for the Lumberjacks. On deck, Tyler Olson. Wicks hit a single his last at bat. First pitch is ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Now to Wicks. Cochran the pitch on the way. That one looked a little high and inside. 2 balls, no strikes. The stretch. The pitch and a called strike 1. This one's starting a little bit backwards. Wicks started out with the 2 balls, and now we've got a strike. So 2 balls and a strike. Cochran checks first, sets up. The pitch on the way, a swing and a miss, strike 2. So the upcoming broadcast for us, I'm not sure if it's a double or a single, but on the 12th, which is I believe Tuesday, we will have Lumberjack girls softball as they're going to be hosting Potlatch. Hopefully. I'm not sure what the weather looks like next week, but we'll see. Stretch, the pitch, way up high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Once again, a full count. 79 total pitches now for Cochran. 48 strikes, 31 balls. He checks first base now as Milliken taking a little lead. Stretch, the pitch. That one's going to be ball 4, low and outside. Runners on first and second with 1 out for St. Mary's. Wyatt Holmes on deck now. Tyler Olson to bat. Ground out and a strikeout looking for Olson. St. Mary's has done this the last 3 innings. They've gotten the runners on, and then the Maniacs make some good plays and get some outs, and St. Mary's can't get them across. First pitch is going to be a strike 1 as he swung at that. Cochran readies, looks at the bags. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Nice looking pitch to swing at. Just got to find it, make contact. Quickly down 0-2 is Olson. Again, pitchers have been doing that, though. They've been getting up in the count, and then they let the batters out of it, so we'll see. That one is going to be fouled off as Olson battles there. Still 0-2 on the count. Make Cochran work for the out, or maybe get yourself into a base hit. Getting some signals from the shortstop out there. Watch for the pickoff, maybe. Cochran looks out there. The pitch on the way. That one's going to be high. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Cochran getting signals from Turner. Makes a look to second base. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and he's going to retire Tyler Olson. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. It'll bring up Wyatt Holmes. Holmes, he's the leading batter by stats, but he's had kind of an off day today. He is 0 for 2 in this game, 2 flyouts. And it'll be Dylan Larson on deck if Holmes can get on base. And get those bases loaded up. St. Mary's trails 6-0, top of the 5th, and he's going to reach at that one. It's going to be a bouncing, crazy little hopper over the head of the third baseman. It actually all gets past the left fielder, and it's going to end up being a run for the Lumberjacks. It's going to be a base hit. As that thing bounced over, it was a nice ground ball that took a wild hop over the third baseman's head. 1 run comes across, and both runners are safe. He gets the second on the throw. That was Holmes. First pitch to Dylan Larson, ball 1. So 2 outs now, runners in scoring position for the Lumberjacks at second and third base. Larson with 1 ball, no strikes. He walked his first at bat, hit a single his second bat. Sean Elliott on deck. Next pitch on the way. That was a nice looking, probably a fastball. Strike 1 called. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Oh, that one. It looked pretty good from here. I don't know if Larson might have thought it was inside or outside, but it's going to be a called strike as it paints the corner. Quickly down, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch on the way. And he's going to reach for that one, bloops it up to the shortstop, and the catch will be made for the final out. Little fly out there to Naranjo, and that will retire the side. St. Mary's does get a run across the plate, but they need 5 more of them. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base. It'll be the top of the order for Orofino when we return. Silas Naranjo leading off.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjacks!
There are 2 ways a home handyman can save money. First, you can build it, fix it, or remodel it yourself. Second, get your supplies at 10th Street Lumber. 10th Street Lumber is the place with 50 carloads of building supplies to choose from. Plywood, paneling, molding, fixtures, roofing, block and brick, hardware, power tools and paint, and a whole lot more. If you have a project in mind, see 10th Street Lumber. You don't even have to buy anything, but when you see their savings, you will. That's 10th Street Lumber in St. Mary's.
And we are back. Silas Naranjo leading off and reached on an error and had a single in his first 2 at-bats. Continuing on the mound for Lumberjacks is Trey Swicks, having a pretty good outing, honestly. 61 total pitches, 31 strikes, 27 balls. First pitch going to be ball 1 to Naranjo. Next pitch on the way. That one misses high and inside, ball 2. Next pitch, swing, and that one's going to be popped up foul for strike number 1. 3. That's going to be popped up on the next pitch. Calling for it, making the catch, Tyler Olson for the first out. That'll bring up Bodie Howell, who's 2 for 2 so far. Down low outside, ball 1. I think that was ball 2. Down low. That one is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Holmes throw to first in time for the out. That'll bring up Barlow. A single and reached on an error in his first 2 at-bats. First pitch is down low, ball 1. 2 outs, nobody on for the Maniacs here. Bottom of 5. Or top of 6, actually. And that's going to be a error, I think, on Elliott as that ball got through his legs. Team grounder. And that makes runner safe at first. So that's runner on with 2 outs. Stephen Bradbury to the plate. Ground out and a walk out for him. A walk, not a walk out. First pitch is going to be a called strike to Bradbury. Pickoff attempt over to first, not in time. Next pitch is low for ball. Going to get a stolen base by Barlow. It almost was worse than that, though, as the throw out there was really high. But I think it was Wyatt Holmes skying up to get that thing plucked out of the air so that they didn't result in any extra bases. So runner at second for the Maniacs with 2 outs, a ball and a strike to Bradbury. Wicks checks second. Now the pitch. Looked good, but a little bit high, I believe. Strike, or ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Bradbury. Next pitch down low. 3 balls, 1 strike now. Count solidly in favor of Bradbury. The wind gusts come up, getting some dust blowing around, so Wick steps off the mound, lets that get out of the way so he doesn't have to contend with that dust. All in all, though, a pretty nice day. The weather wasn't looking promising the last couple of days, but it's been pretty nice, actually. That's going to be a ground ball chopped down to third base. See if they can, they're not going to be able to get the throw in time. That was just hit just hard enough to make it a very hard play down that third base line. It was almost like a bunt. And it'll put runner safe at the corners for Orofino. Brings up Nick Drobish, I do believe, unless there's been any changes, and there hasn't. Drobish, a fly out and a strikeout looking, so if they can keep him in that area for his at-bats here in the second game, it'll be doing okay. St. Mary's trails 6-1 to the Maniacs here. They might get a pick off here. And they did. They got him out. Picked off. Pitcher to second base as they got him kind of pickled in the middle, and that retires the side. So good defensive play by St. Mary's right there. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base for Orofino. The score is still 6-1 into the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Sean Elliott leading off. St. Mary's needs to get something going here. They've got to get 5 more runs to tie things up. So we'll see what happens here in the top of the 6th inning. We'll be back here on KOFE.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255. Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feeds and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturdays. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
And we are back. Sean Elliott is still batting lefty. Takes a big swing at that first pitch from Cochran. It's a strike 1. Elliott has a walk and a single. It'll be Trey Gibson on deck for St. Mary's. Big swing and a miss. Strike 2 with the second pitch. So quickly down in the count is Elliott. And he takes a swing at the next one, so it's 3 pitches and a strikeout for Elliott. They'll bring up Trey Gibson. Sophomore, I do believe. On deck will be Holder. Good to see Trey playing some baseball, too. He didn't play last year as a freshman, but he's here this year. First pitch to Gibson. Swing and a miss on a nice-looking fastball. Strike 1. Stretch the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Quickly down in the count. 0-2 to Gibson as Cochran working quickly here is getting some strikes thrown. It's going to be a little blooper. It's right back to the pitcher. Little ground ball chopper. And it's going to be a routine ground out on the throw to first. Quickly 2 down for the Lumberjacks with nobody on. That'll bring up Dylan Holder. On deck is so Gavin Milliken on deck. Just got an update on the girls' game, and the Lumberjack girls win the second game 9-1 over the Maniacs. So they 2-0 in league play. That is going to be fouled off for strike 1 by Holder. Get the ball back into play, ready to go. Holder with a 0-1 count to Cochran. Cochran ready to send the pitch on the way. That one's going to be up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. 98 pitches now for Cochran. And stretch the pitch. That's going to be knocked foul as well down the left field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Holder. 2 outs and nobody on. You're listening to the home of Lumberjack Sports, 1240 KOFE, St. Mary's. Cochran ready for the next pitch. On the way. That one is way down in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I think that one caught the umpire. I'm going to give him a chance to walk that one off. I think that got him somewhere we don't want to talk about. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. That ball was in the grass at the edge of the infield. So ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Holder. Stretch the pitch. That is hit foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes still for Holder after the big foul ball. Cochran gets his signals from Turner, looks in, the 2-2 pitch on the way. Down low. 3 balls, 2 strikes, runs the count full. $102 pitches now I've got for Cochran. I think he has 110 before he has to be pulled. That's the max amount of pitches he can do. A little bit of a little conference going on between the pitcher, Cochran, shortstop Naranjo, and the second baseman, Howell. Stretch the pitch. That thing is hit right to the shortstop, though. He's going to one-hop it. It's an error, and Holder is going to be safe. Let's see if he can get to second. And he's going to get all the way to second on the error. I was going to say the shortstop was who the error was on. We got Holder sitting over at second base with 2 outs. Gavin Milliken steps to the plate. I could have swore I seen 2 umpires earlier, but where the home plate umpire was headed out to kind of check that out, so I don't know if we've got 2 umps or not. First pitch is going to be a called strike 1, I believe, to Milliken. I can't see past my tent to see if he swung. I need to position this a little bit differently. 0-1 count to Milliken. On deck is Renner for the Lumberjacks. The stretch, the pitch, the swing. It's going to be a hit that's going to get just past the outstretched glove of the pitcher. The second baseman there to clean it up. Gets the throw to first in time for the out. And that will retire the sides. There was no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left on base. Going into the bottom of the 6th, St. Mary's trails it 6-1 to the Maniacs. We'll be back.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Yeah, we are back, and we ran through those set once again, so we're going to give you those upcoming events in St. Mary's here through the last parts of the game. St. Mary's Chamber of Commerce is going to be hosting their Spring Fling. They're going to be honoring the Business of the Year, 208 Bakery and Espresso, Organization of the Year, American Legion Post 25, and Person of the Year, Jim Schubert. This will take place at the Elks Lodge in St. Mary's on Friday, April the 29th. Social hour will start at 5 o'clock. Dinner and auction will be at 6 o'clock. It is $25 per person. Tickets are available at Blue Goose Sporting Goods, Shift and Grind, or call 208-245-3563. So that's coming up, the St. Mary's Chamber of Commerce Spring Fling. Now, coming up a little bit sooner, tomorrow over at the St. Mary's Fire Station is the Fireman's Pancake Breakfast, April 10th, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. They'll have pancakes and sausage and eggs and coffee and milk and juice, $6 for adults, $5 for children, 5 to 12. Once again, it's at the St. Mary's Fire Station, 308 West Jefferson. Help support the St. Mary's Firemen's Association Benevolence Fund. First pitch to Nick Drobish is going to be fouled off. Strike one to him. On deck for the Maniacs, it should be Kevin Turner. Maniacs lead 6-1. That pitch fouled backwards for strike two, so it is still Wicks going on the mound. He's actually not doing too bad. He's only got 78 pitches into the sixth inning, so not bad at all, considering that Cochran was at 105 at the bottom of the sixth, I believe it was. That one's going to be a foul ball as well, so the count remains 0-2. We are at the bottom of the sixth inning now. I don't think they're going to put Cochran back in to pitch 5 more pitches, I think, because I do think that's the limit, is 110. Next pitch is going to be a ball. I think it was a little bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So I expect to see a different pitcher come in top of the seventh for the Maniacs. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a foul tip. So Drobish battling down there. He's got a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Making Wicks run his pitch count up a little bit here. The stretch, the pitch. Inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One thing that hasn't happened today, and I don't want to jinx the Lumberjacks by saying it, but there's been no hit by pitches today, so that's been clean. Not a lot of walks either, honestly. The next pitch on the way. Outside. Just a little bit. That runs the count full. Once again, had him down in 2 strikes and has worked it back into a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Drobish. Finish him off here, Wicks, with a strike. It's going to be a fly ball out into right field, and it's going to be caught by Milliken for the out. Wasn't 100% sure if he was going to get to that or not, or if it wasn't going to pop out of his glove, but he's able to hold on to it and get the first out. That'll bring up Kevin Turner, the catcher for the Maniacs. He was 0 for 2, strikeout swinging, and was out on a line drive. I think that was that line drive that was caught by Dylan Larson. Still couldn't believe Larson caught that. Actually, I don't know if this, I think it's still Turner. Swing and a miss at the first pitch, strike one. Larson caught 2 line drives today, one when he was on the mound in the first game, and that thing was right back at him in a hurry. That one's going to be popped up again into right field and caught by Gavin Milliken. So 2 nice plays by Milliken out here in right field. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Oh, down, 2 outs, nobody on for the Maniacs. Tristan Erbst out on a dropped third and a ground out in his first 2 at-bats. That is not Erbst anymore, actually. That is number 14, Aiden Olive, getting some batting going on. First pitch was a ball. Second pitch up high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Aiden Olive. 88 pitches now for Trace Wicks. That's going to be a called strike. 2 balls and a strike now to Olive. 2 outs, nobody on for the Maniacs. We are in the bottom of the 6th. St. Mary's trails 6-1. Going to have a big top of the 7th. Fouled back. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Take a peek here because I haven't looked at it to see. Wicks has 4 strikeouts. Cochran has 8. And I think that one, after I mentioned earlier, was a hit by pitch. So with 2 outs, Aiden Olive gets on. Slade Snedden to step to the plate, I do believe. He's out on a strikeout swing and a line drive. So I did jinx us there. So I should have done that when Fino was pitching, then maybe it would have jinxed them. But in any case, I jinxed Wicks, and the first hit by pitch comes late in the second game. First pitch, not a line drive, it's ground ball right over to Sean Elliott. Elliott's going to scoop it up, step on the bag, and that's going to retire the sides. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left on base for the Maniacs. Going into the top of the seventh, St. Mary still trails 6-1. Going to have a big inning here if they want to keep this thing going, as the Lumberjacks will be seeing Colby Renner leading off at the bottom of the order, and then it'll be going to the top of the order when we come back.
When life throws you a curveball, your P1SDU debit account can help keep you moving. P1SDU Perks, powered by Bazing, offers great features like money-saving discounts, cell phone protection, roadside assistance, and cash back. This card saves you money. Does your debit card do that? P1SDU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938. Only available with P1SDU Preferred debit account. Insured by NCUA.
And we're back. One more upcoming event to let you know about, a fundraiser going on. It's going to be a good one. Be sure to check it out. And let me see here, trying to find my paperwork here. We do have a new pitcher. I'll get to that in a minute. Betsy, Whitehead, Cartwright Brain Cancer Fundraiser. It'll be held at the Eagles Lodge in St. Mary's, April the 22nd, 5 to 7 p.m., a spaghetti dinner at 10 o'clock, 7 p.m. for the live auction. If you'd like to donate, contact Sarah St. John at 208-582-2156 or Susie Epler at 208-582-0984. All money raised will go towards medical expenses. Coming in to pitch is going to be Stephen Bradbury. I don't know who the third baseman is now. That looks like it's number 3. And the center fielder, I'm going to say, was our Alden Cochran. First pitch was, I don't know. That's a strike. I thought there was already one pitch, but I'm not sure. If not, it's no one count to Renner. Struck out his first at bat. Next pitch, ground ball, but it's going to be foul down the third base line. So he's got at least an 0-2 count. Yep, 0-2 count to Renner. Stephen Bradbury ready for the next pitch. On the way. Going to ring him up on a strike 3 looking, and that'll be out number 1. I'm right next to the dugout here. Colby's headed back to the dugout saying it almost hit his hand. He thought it was going to be way inside. Didn't get that call from the ump. Top of the order, Trace Wicks. Nobody on, 1 out for the Lumberjacks. They need 5 runs to tie things up here. First pitch looked up high, ball 1. Wicks, a ground out, a single, and a walk for him. On deck should be Tyler Olson. Bradbury, the stretch, the pitch, the swing, a ground ball to the shortstop. Naranjo sucks it up like a vacuum, sends it to first for the second out. So 2 outs. That'll bring up Tyler Olson. Second game of the day. Take slightly longer than the first game. I think the first game only took about an hour and 20 minutes. We're an hour and 38 into this one. Ground out, strikeout looking, strikeout swinging for Olson. Fouls off the first pitch, strike 1. On deck, Wyatt Holmes for St. Mary's. Bradbury, the pitch. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bradbury gets his signals from Turner. The stretch, the pitch. The swing, it's just over the top of the outstretched glove of the pitcher. And the glove of the ball is going to pop out of the hand of the first baseman. I think that should be an error on the first baseman. As the runner's safe, as that was there probably in plenty of time to be the out. But it popped out of his glove. So runner on. Wyatt Holmes up to the plate. Fly out in a single. That's a ground ball to the second baseman, and he boots it. So 2 errors in a row. Gets the Lumberjacks a little spark going on here. First baseman, I didn't put Dash Barlow over to first base in some of those changes. Dylan Larson up now. A walk, a single, and a fly out. Runners at first and second. 2 outs. See if Lumberjacks can get a 2-out rally going. And there's a poke out into right field just past the glove of the third baseman. Bases loaded with 2 outs. That brings Sean Elliott to the plate. Still batting lefty. Maybe he was batting lefty earlier. I thought he was batting right, but I think he is left-handed. Swing at the first pitch, strike 1. He's got a little something going with 2 outs. See if they can work a couple of runs across here. Making the game interesting here in the top of the 7th. That pitch is way up high. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Elliott. Bradbury checks the bags. Doesn't really need 2 bases loaded. Down in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike now to Elliott. Bradbury gets his signal, looks. 2-1 pitch in the dirt. Ball 3. Nice stop by Kevin Turner as that one was down in the dirt. He hasn't let anything get past him too much today, I don't think. He's been doing a good job in the second game catching for Orofino. 3 balls and a strike. See if Lumberjacks get a gift as a walk here. Oh, strike outside corner as Elliott was hoping maybe to get that missing on the outside. So now it's a full count. Elliott now has to protect as the count isn't really in favor of either one of them, the pitcher or the batter. So see what happens. Bradbury, the pitch on the way. Oh, outside corner, strike 3, and that's going to retire the sides as Elliott watched that one come across. Tough go for Lumberjacks. Bases loaded. They had several opportunities where they did have several opportunities where they had runners on the bags. They could not get many of them through. They did score 1 run on 5 hits. They committed 3 errors, and they left 10 runners stranded today. So that was a tough one. That's going to be tough to swallow as far as that's concerned. They couldn't get any of them to come in and make a difference in the game. The Maniacs ended up with 6 runs on 6 hits, 3 errors that they committed, and 2 left on base. So, like I said, that was tough there as far as that's concerned for the 10 left stranded for the Lumberjacks. Take a quick look at some stats for you. For the Maniacs, Silas Naranjo, he had a .333 batting average in this one. Bodie Howell, .667. Dash Barlow, .333. Bradbury, .500. Cochran, .500. And they finished up .250 as a team. Fielding, .933 for the Maniacs. And Loudon Cochran, he gets the win. He had 8 strikeouts, 5 walks, 4 hits in this one, and 1 earned run. And Bradbury, he didn't do too bad. 2 strikeouts, and a little bit of time he came in to pitch. No walks, 1 hit for him. Taking a look at the Lumberjacks, Trace Wicks batted .333 in this one. Wyatt Holmes, .250. Dylan Larson, .667. Elliott, .333. And Lumberjacks finished at .185. They need to get them bats going just a little bit better. They had 5 hits. Fielding, .889 for St. Mary's in this one. Trace Wicks went the whole game, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. He had 6 hits, 1 hit by pitch in the game. And And so not a bad outing for Trace Wicks. His ERA ends up at being 3.50, though, which is a little bit high, of course. But, not horrible, not early season still. St. Mary's got some things to work on. It'll be interesting to see what happens when Orfino comes to St. Mary's, and then also it'll be interesting to see what happens in district tournament play towards the end of the year when both teams are, getting their they're all going to improve overall. We've got to see what Grangeville looks like as well. So interesting league matchups coming up for the boys. Once again, the girls win today in both games, 2-0 in league play now. They won 5-1 and 9-1. And our next broadcast will be, I believe it's on Tuesday, as long as the weather cooperates. The girls hosting Potlatch. The boys are probably hosting them too, but we're kind of alternating our game coverage here. So next week, weather permitting, it should be Lumberjack girls hosting Potlatch over at the St. Mary City Park Fields in St. Mary's. That's going to about do it for us here from Orofino. It's been a nice day of baseball action as the weather was very cooperative, a little windy, a little bit chilly, but overall not too bad. For KOFE Radio, I'm Tim Parrish. Have a great rest of your weekend, and hopefully we'll see you back here on the air on Tuesday for some Lumberjack softball action.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Until next time, same as always, go Lumberjack!